Mizek. Mike happens to be our resident numismatist. I love saying that. It makes me sound so smart.
Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Because most
and
people,
now you're a coin collector, so you are one.
I am one as well. Right. Well, Mike has been in the business for more than a quarter of a century, believe it or not. And tonight, as we dive into our coin collector show, we have a very exciting night planned for you. We worked together just a week ago, New Year's Eve. That show was one of the most exciting shows. I had so much fun hosting that show. And tonight, if you missed that show, we've got some things that you haven't seen yet. Let's get started. Take a look at our first coin of the night as we dive right in. If you look, we are offering to you our 2018 MS, which means Mint State 70. This is an ICG Silver Eagle dollar coin at a New Year's price of $89.95, free shipping and handling, and 2 credit card payments of $44.98.
And you know, Marla, when you and I worked last week, what we sold was the Annex first day of issue.
That's right.
That was our today's special. That was $89.95. But we also have ICG. There are 4 grading companies, coins that grade, third-party grade and certify these coins. There's PCGS, NGC, Annex, and ICG. Annex first day of issue, which is our sold-out TS every year on New Year's Eve day, is one of those 4, and first day of issue is exclusive to us. ICG first day of issue is also exclusive to us. So we do this in a special New Year's Eve price, and I launched it on a full thing today. I mean, we had it available basically on hsn.com on the TS day, and we've already sold almost 2,000 coins. So half the edition for the entire month is gone away. Now, even at, let's say we have any coins left at the end of the month, the price goes up $30, you pay shipping and handling, and this guy over here, this grading certificate, good for 4 free coin certifications at ICG, goes away as well. So it is only for this coin during this special price, the New Year's Eve pricing of $89.95, that you can get the coin and the Red Oak presentation box and free shipping and $30 off and the $76 grading certificate, all rolled up into one. And like I said, already nearly half sold out of the entire quantity. Now, of the 4 major grading companies, PCGS, NGC, Annex, and ICG, those are the only 4 that are recognized grading companies. The Annex is sold out. We sold that out on New Year's Eve day. That was our today's special. The ICG at 39, and we sold 13,000 of those. They're going to sell probably about 40,000 of the NGC, or 60,000 of the NGCs, maybe 30, 40, 50,000 of the PCGS. Of all of the 4 major grading companies, by far and away, the rarest is going to be the ICG. Each coin individually numbered to ensure its place within the limited edition, and we're going to give you $96 worth of bonuses on an $89 coin.
Now, is this one more rare because of the smaller?
The number that are made in the first day of issue.
Sure.
And they're numbered of 3,900. In many of the other great NGC or PCGS, that'll be 39,000, 10 times, 15 times, 20 times more than this.
All right, absolutely.
Okay, there's only 3,900. And if we can just really quickly, Rocky, if it's possible, can we show them the left counter? And the left is the quantity in the entire edition. So this is the first time I've really had a full prime time presentation of this right here now in this show. We saved it for this.
Oh, this
and
is
if you look at
limited.
what's left, there's 3,929 available, all exclusively here. There's only 2,072.
And stand by, Mike, with Rocky. He's going to show that in just a moment.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, he's just doing something else. But yeah, that's going to be coming up in just a couple of moments. But in the meantime, I want to invite everyone to call and place your orders. We are busy on our phone lines. It was very, very interesting because New Year's Eve, it is tradition that we offer to you a Silver Eagle coin, as we've talked about, and that is closed. You can no longer get that edition. We're going to show you.
But if I did, it would be $119. No grading certificate, and a shipping and handling. The box you come with it. We always send we give a box.
Absolutely. I want to do this. We're showing you what's left of this edition.
The whole thing, ever. Not just like in this month or whatever. This is ever for 2000.
That's all.
So basically by probably before the end of January 2018, every single one of the 2018 Silver Eagles will be gone.
All right. So if you want in, it's easy to shop with us. That's what we're offering to you, FlexPay. If you're a new customer and you've never shopped with us before, FlexPay is just simply using any major credit card or debit card. And you can pay for the product in equal installments. They are interest-free, And we always add the tax. So just know that it's always the tax and the shipping and handling. In this case, we're shipping it to you with free shipping and handling. So we're gonna cover the cost on that, but we'll ship this to you. It also puts you in the driver's seats to buy multiples. Because this is a limited edition and this is all we have, you might consider buying more than one. I also wanna go over to .com if we can, so we can show the box. This is $14.95. It's a customer pick. It gives you a chance to also, do you typically have to pay shipping and handling on this? That's included with this for free shipping and handling.
All 5-star customer reviews. I've sold thousands of these boxes empty at $14.95. It comes with this deal. Also comes with the grading certificate. Now, the big #1 question I get is, if I order 2 coins, do I get 2 grading certificates? The answer is yes. So if you order 10 coins, you're going to get 40 free coin certifications. You have to understand, in the world of coin collecting, the certification and the free certifications are absolutely critical, because, I mean, at $76 value, that's basically the lowest price you can pay to get your coins certified. And certified means that you send in 4 coins of your choice and they come back like this. A team of numismatic experts have looked at them, determined where they stand on that scale of 0 to 70, determined their authenticity. They're ultrasonically sealed in these holders. They're given a tamper-evident holographic seal, and that way you can do what we call sight unseen buying, selling, and trading. Once they go into this, you can sell this anywhere without the other person actually having to see the coin, in essence.
That's great.
That's the advantage of this. In the old days, you have to take a coin, send it to them, then do it. They'd call, you'd argue back and forth. I think it's this grade, you think it's that grade. You'd settle on something. You may sell it, you may not. This handles and completes all of that, where it's no longer necessary to be able to do that in any way, shape, or form. So that's the advantage of the grading certificate, and you get 4 coins for each one that you buy, and that's a $76 value.
So if you just took this away, right, that's $76.
$76. Well, and then raise the price $30 because it's $119. Okay, so now you're $106 and $115. So you're $121 with the shipping and handling. You're really saving $126, including the bonuses on this at $89.95. Now, while it is time issued with the New Year's pricing, okay, understand it is more than time issued, because it is quantity issued and limited. Because when you look at this, there's only 3,929, which is by far the rarest of all the perfect certified American Silver Eagles. I mean, like I said, you know, NGC, they may end up with 100,000 of their certified 70s. With ICG first day of issue available exclusively from us, only 3,929. Now, when you look at that, 3,929, all of a sudden, when you look what's left, we just basically crossed halfway, sold through all the coins that I have, period, for the year. Forget about price, forget about all the specials, forget about all the stuff. That's all I've got for the entire year, and we are now over half sold out of the entire edition. And this is my very first prime time full airing of this coin. We've sold half just on HSN.com and on our TS Day. When people bought the Annex coin, they bought this coin. And of course, the Annex coin completely and totally sold out. This is exclusive to us. It's absolutely perfect. Red oak presentation box, $76 value there. I think it's just very special.
What's the fascination with this Silver Eagle? It's so popular, so beloved.
Well, I mean, you know, it was when the Silver Eagle was created, Ronald Reagan signed into law the Liberty Coin Act in 1986. Immediately, this became the most popularly collected and most beloved silver coin in the world. There's no doubt about it. And it has retained that position. And people, first of all, you have the intrinsic value. There's an ounce of pure silver in it. But then you have the fact that it's been released every year. I think it's the 33rd year of the coin that you're going to have. The 33rd iteration of this coin is what you're looking at. And so you put all of those things together, and now you understand it hits all of the marks that you have for collectability. You have the intrinsic value. You have the continued use. Then you add in conditional rarity, the fact that this coin is certified absolutely, positively perfect. That's a big deal. People always say, well, what difference does that really make? Well, I can tell you what difference that really makes. Let's take a 1986 American Silver Eagle. Okay, let's take a 1986. In mint state 69 certified, I can sell you that coin for about $89.95, roughly, $89, $99. But in mint state 70, same exact coin, I'll charge you $500. It's called conditional rarity. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. And these coins are the highest grade. See, in coins we grade on a 70-point scale, that you see, and not a 100-point scale. So this is perfect. Now, when you see the sold counter there at 327, that's just what I've sold today. Okay, that doesn't count the 1,700 plus coins or whatever that we've already sold before today without a full primetime presentation. So when you see what's left, yeah, there's only 1,934. You can see that's rocketing downward pretty quickly with this, as we're going to sell 300, 500, 1,000 today. There's only 3,900 ever. And every one of them is exclusive to us here at HSN.
And if you talk to a collector, someone who has been collecting coins, you tell them it's in mint state, perfect condition. You tell them about the limited edition, because this is a small amount when you think about so often when you coin collecting, you talked about sometimes there are hundreds of thousands of the same coin. You're talking about just a little over 3,000 of this exact coin. And so they will all be gone by the end of this month. And with the big chunk of the quantity already ordered, you can see just in this,
at this rate, it'll be before the end of the month. I've got several other primetime shows during the course of the month. Plus, already, if you look at the history of what has happened at hsn.com.
Well, I was going to say, by the time this may last maybe one additional show, and that will be it. So if you'd like to have it, we're inviting you to shop with us, take advantage of that free shipping and handling. So maybe you are like me. When I first started working with Mike, maybe a little over a year ago, I wasn't a coin collector. I didn't know a thing about coins. And I said to Mike, well, how do you start collecting coins? And it's really easy. Just buy what you like. Buy what you're interested in. And it's really easy. I now am a certified coin collector and very proud of it. I have purchased coins that I never thought in a million years I would collect. But once, it's all about making that first purchase. And when you do, that little bug that will bite you, it's so fascinating and interesting. And you'll see throughout this show, there's so many different choices. Mike, as an expert, he is one of the foremost experts in the country. He's been at this more than anyone else on television. And so we are so delighted to be able to have him as a part of our HSN family. You want to buy with us. There are many companies that are out there, but we've been in business for over 40 years, and we're not going anywhere. And that's important to know.
It's very important because we give a 30-day money-back guarantee. Very few coin dealers do. And it's important to know that we'll be here in 30 days, or 30 years is the case of HSN. And so what you're getting is this. Remember, you're going to get a 2018 brand new American Silver Eagle, certified absolutely perfect first day of issue. Each coin is individually numbered of an issue of 3,929, every single one of which is available exclusively from us. Now, everybody that's all the smart collectors will get it at $89.95 with $91 worth of bonuses and free shipping and handling and $30 off. Everybody else, if you wait, will pay $119.95. You'll still get the Red Oak presentation box, but you're going to pay shipping and handling, and the grading certificate goes away as well. All of those things are important for you to understand and important for you to get online and understand. So you're going to get the coin, but understand the $91 worth of bonuses that only come, and the only way to get a 4-coin ICG grading certificate is with this coin. And we've taken $30 off. Okay, and the United States government is sold out of the 2017 Eagles. They're releasing the 2018s. The United States government has basically been out of Silver Eagles for the better part of a month. Silver has gone up relatively dramatically, about 10% in the last 30 days or so. So the government's been out. Demand is to the moon. Supply is extremely limited. The price of silver has gone up 10%. Our response to that, take $30 off, give you $91 worth of free stuff, and still give you the coin that everybody wants, the brand new 2018 certified perfect American Silver Eagle.
When people see you and they recognize you, a lot of people ask you, hey, did you look at my coin?
What's my coin's worth? That's what they always say.
If you're wondering if you've got coins at home right now, here's
that's good for 4 coins to certify right there.
$76 value. $76 value that you can only buy with this offer. So
and that's crucially important. Understand. And I talk about the other grading companies. Annex, you can get the 4-coin grading certificate only here on our TS Day. That's gone. PCGS does no grading certificates. NGC does no grading certificates. So the only place on the planet to get free grading certificates right now attached to a coin, Silver Eagle or otherwise, is this coin right here, right now. That's it. So when you look at that and that $76 value that you're looking at there, the fact that you get any 4 coins of your choice that will be looked at by a team of numismatists. It takes about 4 people, 3 to 4 people to grade and certify every single solitary coin. Forget about all the support personnel involved in that. And you get that ×4. We just had a big, huge coin show here in Tampa. And I mean, you know, there was hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of coins down at the Tampa Convention Center. And ICG and ANX and PCGS and NGC were all there certifying coins. Well, if you walked up with a coin at that show to get certified, $100. Okay, same day show service, $100 a coin. Not $100 for 4 coins, $100 a coin. If you get their 3-day service, I think it's $30 a coin. So when I value this at $76, we're valuing it at what really amounts to the lowest possible price. To the lowest possible price that you can pay for these that are going to be. Okay, so now let's take a look at this left. We got 1,806 of these left. That's out of the 3,929. Now remember, this is the very first primetime presentation I have of this coin. So when you look at this, that means that at 1,806, 2,120 of these coins have already been spoken for as we are doing and in the middle of our very first primetime presentation. And as you can see, they're dropping like crazy. There goes 20 right there. Just boom, just like that.
All of a sudden.
And that's what happens.
Some people will buy a chunk up.
Well, as a matter of fact, we can ask Rocky. I mean, we got to have lots and lots of multiples. Multiple 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. I mean, how many grandkids do you have? How many nieces and nephews? How many do you want to put away? How many sons and daughters, or you know, whatever it is? Because what you have is this is a perfect, absolutely perfect coin to pass down from generation to generation to generation, because it has that hallmark of value. It has the intrinsic value, 1 ounce of solid silver. Then you've got the fact that it's certified absolutely, positively perfect. So it is the most valuable of all of the Silver Eagles from 2018 based on that perfection as well. And then you have first day of issue, which is an additional designator of value. It's individually numbered. And when I talk about these other grading companies, PCGS and NGC do not individually number their coins. You have to go to what they call their population reports to see how many of those coins exist. And if you look at last year's NGC, I think they had 127,000 Mint State 70 American Silver Eagle, something like that. ICG, I think we had 4,100 first day of issue Mint State 70 ICGs. So which one do you want? Well, they're all Mint State 70. They're all certified. They're all recognized grading companies. Well, why not get the rarest one? And
I would
get $91 worth of bonuses on your $89 purchase.
Rocky, our producer, is believing that that's a big reason why people aren't buying. I mean, because there will not be another opportunity for you to be able to get this ICG 4-coin grading.
It's only with this coin.
This is it.
It's only with this coin, only with our New Year's pricing, and that's basically what it comes down to.
And remember, you can do this with any coins that you have. Absolutely. So if you're one of those people, you have a coin at home, and you're wondering, well, I'm curious about this coin. I've had it for a long time. Here's your chance. $76 value on its own coming along with it. So
yeah, and because we're valuing the box, of course, at $14.95. Now let me put one of these in a box and show you what I'm talking about. This is the highest quality. This is why we've sold thousands of these boxes. That's why I think it has 2 or 3 customer reviews, but they're all 5-star. Look at that, because of the magnet in there. I mean, this is the highest quality. We've got the acrylic window, and you've got the perfectly form-fitting vac seal in there that holds the coin. So you have that, and you have presentation of the highest order right there. No detail has been overlooked, and your coin is secure. It's beautiful. It's displayable, and that's what you're going to get with this as well, a $14.95 value. The $76 grading certificate for every coin. So if you buy 5 coins, you get 5 grading certificates, plus free shipping and handling, plus the $30 off as well. So you put all of that together, and now you understand why we're crawling under. This is $550. That's today. That's in our first prime time. We're doing our first prime time presentation right now here as I speak. What's left, we're just about to go, and remember we showed you we had 1,820 or something like that a few minutes ago. 1,707, and those are going very quickly as people are buying multiples as they normally do. Like I said, how many children do you have? How many nieces? How many nephews? How many grandchildren do you have? And that's what you're talking about when you're looking at an heirloom quality collectible, something that's passed down from generation to generation to generation. And that is the key to the value of this coin. And if I took this away, if I took away the free shipping and added $30, I would still be able to sell this coin at $119.95. And that's why hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you have already ordered this coin. As you can see, we're under 1,700 remaining. That means at this point, over 2,200 have been ordered. Over 2,200 have been ordered. And that's the addition, not just for this airing or this visit or even this year. That's the addition forever. So once we sell this out, and it's available exclusively from us, so this is absolutely, positively the guaranteed lowest price of $89.95. You cannot buy this coin for less than $89.95 anywhere else on the planet. So that's comforting to know that you have the absolute best price on an ICG first day of issue American Silver Eagle. So that's absolutely fantastic. You get the perfect pricing. You get the best pricing. But if you don't act now with the New Year's price, this will go to $119, and we're going to take away that $76 grading certificate. That $30 up and the $76 grading certificate. Well, it's like watching a $100 bill blow away. Yeah. I mean, is ultimately what it comes down to, and who wants to do that?
Well, it's so good to see your response. We're going to give you another 30 seconds to make a decision on this one. We're going to encourage you also to explore some of the other ways to shop with us at HSN. You can shop with us by calling our toll-free 800 number. Clearly, a lot of you are shopping with us on our website at hsn.com, but please, I'm encouraging you to also download our app to all of your mobile devices, your tablets and your cell phones, so that as you're watching, you can quickly make a decision on the products that you love. This one in particular, as we're out the gate tonight in Coin Collector by offering to you really one of the most limited opportunities to be able to get our 2018 perfect mint state condition in our ICG Silver Eagle.
And I just want to show this, Rocky, as we're going down, we have about another 10 seconds or so. Remember, a couple of minutes ago, we had 2,000, we started with 2,100 left in the edition. Then we went to 1,900, 1,800, 1,700. If we can show it real quick, there it is out the door. Look at this. Look at what's left. 1,633, and that does not account for the literally hundreds of people that we have shopping on the phone. So that number is going to go from 1,600 well into the 12, 1,300. Right. So then we're just about sold out.
I was going to say, we're in just in hour one. So we're going to show this a couple of times throughout the night. There's a possibility, there is a possibility this may not make an additional airing, so continue to ask about that coin.
Well, here's a 2017 Silver Eagle. I have it at $99, $6 shipping and handling, no grading certificate. The addition on that is $12,000. Yeah, how many do we have left, Rocky? 36. I have 36 of these. I showed this on our today's special day for the 2018 at $99, no grading certificate. We had like 400, so I sold 350 of them. So when I tell you that this is worth $89 and the free, the grading certificate's free, I really mean it. Okay. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and that one's 12,000 because it's the Annex first day edition. The ICG, 3,900. By far the rarest American Eagle in Mint State 70 is the ICG. We're well under 1,600 right now, 1,577. Continue to order multiples of those.
I'm going to ask if we can, Rocky, we're going to keep that one nearby. We'll show that to you periodically throughout the night, since that is going to be the end of that one after that sells out. But we're going to continue. Let's take a look at our next value. We're going to dive right into our 2018 Annex. This is our Silver Eagle dollar coin. Tell me a little bit about this.
This is the proof. Okay.
Okay.
Now understand, that was the Mint State coin. That's the coin that they make the most of. They're going to make 40. They're going to make 40 million of that coin. 50 million of that coin. Now only 3,900 of them are going to be first day of issue perfect ICGs. The proof coin is a different coin. I know it looks the same, has the same amount of silver, but this is the presentation coin made by the United States. The government sells this for about 4 times the price of the Mint State Eagle. So in other words, that's their price for the proof coin. As a matter of fact, this is a collector presentation coin. We denote that, or the government does, by signing it, if you will, with the W or West Point mint mark. This is the most highly anticipated collector release of the year. Is the proof American. So I mean, the proof eagle is, the eagle is fantastic, but the proof eagle is in a class by itself. This is the ultimate collector coin put out by the United States government. Now, here's the really cool part about this. Traditionally, like last year, I think I released this in May or June. In 2016, it was November. It has been forever that I could release this not only in January, but in the first week of January. Now, I have an addition here, as you can see, of 3,957. 3,000. I debuted this, if you remember, after our show for a little 15-minute segment with Adam Freeman. Remember when we did Adam's show?
I do. I'm
down to 2,700 coins. I'm down to 2,700 coins, folks. 2,737 after basically a single airing with that. Now, add in the HSN.com. I've sold 182 today. This is my primetime presentation starting right now. And I've already sold, 183 because HSN.com, you know, all those things. I had a show early this morning. And so people are jumping on this and doing that. Now, proof coin for the first time. Okay, incredibly limited, 4 times more limited than the Mint State coin in terms of 70 grading. It is 50 times rarer than the Mint State coin in terms of mintage. But here's the most special part. See this New Year's Eve price that we have right here? I think that's actually supposed to be the monthly special price, if I'm not mistaken, instead of New Year's Eve price. On that particular one, we're debuting that monthly, the monthly special in coins. And that's why we debuted that on Adam's show. I have not done this coin in my memory for less than $179. I remember 179, I remember 189, 199, 229, and 249 when silver was over $50. What I haven't done in recent memory, okay, my daughter's in graduate school right now. I think the last time I sold this, she was probably in junior high or elementary school. That's how long it has been since I've been able to do $159, and it's because of the special pricing. It's because of the special pricing. And like I said, because of that, we've sold already 2,200 of these coins out of the entire edition. And it's almost like I go, yeah, go ahead, don't buy it. I don't really care because I got to sell them at $179, which is what I normally sell them at. It's what we sold out all last year's at $179, and there was 3,900 of them. There's fewer of them, and it's $20 off basically for the first, not basically, exactly, it's $20 off for the first time in memory. I've sold over 200 today, and we're 4 minutes into our primetime presentation, and we've already sold over 200, almost 210 at this point. But keep in mind, with the single presentation that we had sold, that we had prior to this, we'd sold well over 1,000 or right about 1,000 coins, and then hundreds of them continue to sell on HSN.com because this coin is special. Understand, proof is not a condition, but a method of manufacturing. See how this coin, I always tilt these coins forward. People go, why do you do that? I go, well, look at that mirror finish. A proof coin is struck multiple times at higher pressure than a regular coin. That's what creates these mirror images, phenomenal pressure. And it's struck not just once, but multiple times. About every 15 or 20 coins, in today's world of technology, they stop the presses and someone takes a cloth and wipes the die down by hand, okay? These are a work of art, folks. These are a work of art. And so because of that, you see the mint signs it, in essence, with a mint mark. Now, for the regular, what we call the bullion coins, the Mint State coins, they don't sign them. Those are kind of the general coins, if you will. But these are the coins. When they put a mint mark on it, it is a special presentation coin. Now, here's the other part of this that I find fantastic. Not only can I sell this in the first week of January for the first time in probably a decade, the United States government has raised their price, their uncertified, ungraded price on this almost 10% this year because silver has gone up. So you have increased prices, significantly increased prices for the Proof Silver Eagle from the United States government, okay? You have got early release because it's here, and these are first day of issue. We have 20, and we took $20 off in the face of rising government prices to debut this incredible, like I said, this monthly special that we're going to do that we have started in coins that I think is going to be just going to be a huge winner for the entire year. So why not do it for the most anticipated release? I mean, the government basically releases 3 Silver Eagles for the year: the Mint State coin, the Proof coin, and then the SP or special uncirculated coin. That coin hasn't been released yet, but this is 2/3 of all the American Eagles. So I'm basically done selling the American Silver Eagles by the end of January of 2018.
What are you going to do for the rest of the year?
What am I going to do?
What are you going to do for the rest of the year?
I guess I'll be playing more golf.
Well, that sounds like fun. Well, here's the thing. We're offering this one as well on FlexPay. So we've talked about the special pricing of the $20 off, but you will find as you continue to tune into our Coin Collector show that FlexPay is something we don't often offer on the onset of the new year, where we dive right into some of these exciting values. We have been very generous with our FlexPay. We encourage you to take advantage of it. It gives you an opportunity to buy multiples. It also allows you, as a new coin collector, if you are tonight, to be able to get these at home, pay a fraction of the cost. Remember, your FlexPay payments are every 30 days. They're interest-free. You use any credit card, even PayPal we accept to be able to get these at home.
I love PayPal.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's easy, and not a lot of people want to use their credit cards and that sort of thing, so it gives everybody an opportunity to be able to get it. But what a beautiful, beautiful coin in tonight's show, and obviously very popular. You can see almost 300 of them have been ordered. However, I want to remind everybody the significance of that is that this is a limited, as you can see, of 3,900.
Right, and the fact of the matter is I'll sell all 3,900, whether it be at 159 or 179. So, you know, for me, comme ci, comme ça. I mean, you know, it's just, I should probably just say, no, wait, but go ahead and save the 20
I think
bucks.
we're smart enough to know to dive in.
I know that. And Red Oak presentation box, remember, still comes with it. I mean, when we take $20 off, it'd be easy for me to save 15 of those dollars by just saying, oh, it comes like this. But, I mean, that's what other people do. I mean, that's why I sell thousands of these. Because almost no place else when you buy a coin do you get a box like this. And here, of course, you do. That's the deal, okay? That's the special thing. That's why we've been selling coins here for over 30 years. Okay, that's why I have been on here and I've sold literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of coins to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of collectors. We give you the best quality coins at the best price. We give you exclusive coins. We give you exclusive pricing. We give you in packages with the box, Red Oak presentation boxes. So you are proud to pass down every single coin that you buy from generation to generation for years to go. Look, when my time comes, my kids aren't going to be fighting over my recliner that I watch TV in. They'll be fighting over my coin collection. I promise you that. All right, now.
Well, I hope you kind of get all of that on down, so there's no bickering and fighting between the family.
It's going to be a coin royale. I'm just letting them go.
Well, I've met the boys. I haven't met your boy, but the boys are super cute. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We already put a clock up on the screen. So 5 minutes remaining in this presentation. What a beautiful choice, though. And I'm so happy to have learned about what happens when these coins are actually minted. You talked to us about the process, how they'll stop those machines. I can imagine, I mean, you think about the government, you know, stopping the machine, the time value of just doing that, and hand polishing. Hand
polishing the die. And this is like every 15 or 20 coins.
It's crazy.
So, I mean, this is not like every 2 weeks, okay? This is like every 5 minutes. I mean, and that's how you get coins that look like this. That's why these are the present. Do not confuse these with the Mint State coins, which are fantastic. We sell the Mint State coins. I sell them all day long at $119.95. But the government's going to make 40 million of those now. Mint State 70, they're very valuable, and they're worth $119. But these are the proof coins. These are the presentation coins. There's that W or West Point mint mark that you see right there. They put a mint mark, and look at that beautiful proof mirror finish. They only put a mint mark on those special collector coins that you see. So it has to be that special collector coin to gather that mint mark so that you know it is highly collectible. But then we've taken this beautiful collector coin, well, we haven't, Annex has, and graded it absolutely perfect 70, given it an individual number within this limited edition of only 3,957. We have taken $20 off, still comes with the Red Oak presentation. Very first time in years, perhaps a decade, that I've been able to sell it in the first week of January, let alone January, February, March. I think it's been, like I said, 2 years ago, it was November. And I know at $159.95, it's a price that you absolutely positively have not seen in the better part of a decade. $179 has been the price, $179, $89, $99. I know we've been over $200 as silver went up. The government actually went up on their price about 10% this year. We did not, as you can see. Instead, I lowered the price almost, 12 or 13%. So there's another 20% gap right there that you're getting to take advantage of. So please do that. Take advantage of this coin. As you can see, that's 338. That's sold today. Okay, that's sold today. If we can show the left counter of what is left in the entire edition. So you can see at 2,500. Now, that's what I have forever. Okay, not just at this price or this visit or this show. That's what's left forever of the first day of issue Annex Silver Eagle, available exclusively here. So do the math. 1,400 of these have already been sold. and we're, what, 6 January, is that correct? 6 January,
Yes.
and so we're about almost halfway sold through. We're almost halfway sold through, not quite, but about 40% sold through the entire edition that I have for the entire year. Well, actually, forever. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not a calendar year thing. This is all that will ever be made.
But we need to be clear that that price does change.
Oh, yeah.
As well as the FlexPay. So although we're extending the FlexPay tonight, it doesn't mean the next show or the next airing. FlexPays do fluctuate.
Oh, yeah.
We offer them sometimes.
Particularly in coins. We oftentimes don't offer any FlexPay in coins.
In coins. Remind us again of the value in getting a mint state.
Mint state, proof 70. Because you have a mint state 70 and a proof 70. Remember, in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is condition. The higher the grade, the more it's worth, period. So in other words, you take a proof eagle. Let's take a mint state, or proof 69, 1995 American proof silver eagle. In this condition, the mint state 69 is worth probably about $159, $179. But in 70, we're talking about $700, $800, $900, something like that, maybe as much as $1,000. The difference being the grade. Perfection brings a premium. Perfection brings a premium, and that's what we're offering you right here, but a premium at a discount. I know that's kind of discombobulated right there, but it's a premium product at a discounted price. We don't do that very often. Great time for you to take advantage of that.
Do you know why I'm smiling? So I was glancing over these little notes where clearly someone has done an analysis on a coin collector. Right? They have like a profile on who a coin collector is. So you'll be happy to know that part of this analysis, as you're watching, coin collectors are very successful people.
Well, I tend to, yeah.
I mean, this is like very impressive. Like, I don't know what people think of when they think of a coin collector, what type of person comes to mind. But from everything that I've read here, very high income, very high net worth, highly educated, highly successful, owns their own job, owns perhaps their own business, college educated. Coin collectors are...
I break it down to a little bit simpler than that. All the smart people collect coins.
There you go. I just happened to glance down. I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
Isn't that crazy?
So imagine that, right? All the smart people.
All the smart people.
I like it. I'm glad to be a member of that club. With that in mind...
I would argue that the majority of coin collectors are either millionaires or on their way to being millionaires.
Well, according to this, I would say yes. That's a very high net worth. So congratulations to you, coin collectors. Here's what's coming up. In about 6 minutes, we're going to give you... Did you see this?
$200 off.
$200 off.
$200 off. I have not aired this, and I think it's been a year since we've aired this. Pretty close to it. 2014. So I haven't aired this in 4 years. I was able to get, and I've sold just the state quarters by themselves. These are the complete proof sets.
Okay.
Amazing.
All right, don't wait. 117014 is the item number. We are going to give you a little insight of what's going to be happening in the Monday night show with Adam, but clearly we've got a lot more to come, so stay with us.
You never know what we're going to do on the Monday night show, but here's a sneak peek. There'll be more than a few surprises.
I need help, send everyone.
And weekly guest challenges. But don't forget about the great products. Tune in 7 p.m. on Monday or visit hsn.com and search Monday Night Show for more.
Say hello to something new. New is smart. New is gorgeous. New is delicious. New is so you. Shop now and discover the perfect new for you.
My singular goal is to improve the quality of people's lives. Everything we do is intended to be unlike any other company of our kind. We just make exceptional vitamins so you could have exceptional health. It's not important that you get the products I'm offering, but it's very important that you get the information I'm sharing, because information is the key to being a healthy person.
HSN and CrewCon Cruise Outlet are teaming up to find your perfect cruise at a great price. Build your custom cruise experience to fit your personality, style, and budget. Sailing from every major port city in the world on 17 major cruise lines. Offering extra savings and perks like drink packages, prepaid tips, and more. Plus, an exclusive offer for HSN customers. An additional $100 to spend on board your next cruise. Search cruise at hsn.com to get started.
So much for watching HSN. You are watching an hour of the Coin Collector. My name is Marlo Smith. I am your host, and I am joined by our resident numismatist, Mike Mezak, and we're going to dive right into the next value because we've got a lot to get to in the show tonight. Take a look at our 2018 Mint State 70 Annex China Silver Panda coin. So this is, okay, so right out the gate, this is going to speak to someone.
Well,
right?
here, look, we collect eagles. They collect pandas.
Love it.
This is made by literally a Republic of China. Actually, the Chinese panda has been around longer than the American silver eagle. And you see this coin, and they have a rotating design. So this will only be 2018. Now, here's the thing. 498. So I do 13,000 of the American silver eagles. I do 498 pandas because it's all I can get because most of them stay over there in China. 498. I want to show you, Rocky, did you show it? How many we have left of the 498? 136. I have 136 left out of the four.
It's really sought after.
That's right, out of the 498. Then it's done, gone, over. I'm never going to get it again. I have 33 ordered today. Okay, so people are, people pre-buy the show. You know, they look at the show because you go on, hsn.com and you kind of see what we're selling, and they're going, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, or I want to watch it, but I want to make sure I get it because we tend to have a lot of sellouts. And so on this particular one that you see right here, $498 in the limited edition, exclusive to us here at HSN, comes with the Red Oak presentation box, as you can see right there. The Panda, always more expensive than the Eagle at $109.95. Very difficult to get, but as you can see, about 75% sold through. Only 136 coins remain in the entire exclusive edition.
If you'd like to have that one, 597-926, congratulations if you're ordering that one. We'll keep you posted. Remember, there are only 134 of those remaining in that edition.
Okay, just 3 quick minutes. Okay, everybody out there that wants a quarter pound of silver, raise your hand. And then dial your phone, okay?
Or with 2 hands.
Yeah, there you go. This is a quarter-pound bar of silver. Check this out, isn't this gorgeous? A quarter-pound bar of silver. This is exclusive to us here. I had this designed. This is an authentic United States, or the design of an authentic United States $1,000 bill.
Nice.
There is such a bill. As a matter of fact, if you go to hsn.com, we occasionally have them there, okay? I had this specifically made for us. Look at this beautiful proof piece, United States of America, $1,000 that you see right here, in 4 ounces of pure silver. We've had a $500 bar that I've sold thousands and thousands and thousands of in the past. What happened was I bought this on a little dip of silver because it takes about 6 months to make these. And so I was able to do $139. If you go to hsn.com, I've got my $500 bars, but they happen to be $159 right now. This one, obviously, already 8 of these gone, but I only have 192 pieces. I only have 192 pieces. Look at this spectacular. That is solid silver, a faithful, incredible replica of a United States $1,000 bill. Now,
cool.
What I want to show you is up here. I'm going to put that right there. These come sealed. These are ultrasonically sealed packages because you don't want them to be damaged or to tarnish because they are absolutely stunningly beautiful proof, as you can see right there. 4 pounds, a quarter pound of pure silver, a quarter pound of pure silver in a bar with our exclusive design that you see right here. It's one of my favorite all-time deals. We sell, like I said, we had the $500 bill. I'm just releasing and just starting to do the $1,000 note. We sold thousands of the $500 bill in the quarter pound of silver. So great way to look if you're going to collect silver. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that these things melted for $200. Silver was $50 an ounce. There's 4 ounces of silver. I could show you things in here, you know, silver bars, 4-ounce silver bars that are $150, you know, or even more. But this thing melted not that long ago. It's 3 or 4 years ago, actually about 4 or 5 years ago now. It is 2018, where these melted for over $200. We're at $139.95. Has got the unique design that is exclusive to us here at HSN. Absolutely one of my favorite deals. So if you want to collect silver in a real cool format, right here. How about a proof replica of a United States $1,000 bill done in a quarter pound of pure silver?
Cool gift for the person that has it all.
It's so funny. I work with, you know, all you female hosts always want to gift things. I'm keeping it for myself, okay? You're always so nice. And I'm like, I'm buying this and putting it away.
That's a great gift to give to someone.
And you're right, it is.
It's super cool. I mean, nobody has anything quite like that.
No,
so.
no. And it's exclusive to us, so.
Yes. Well, enjoy. Take advantage of it on FlexPay. We're offering this one on FlexPay as well. In the event that you missed it at the start of the show, take a look at this. This was the most popular coin so far in tonight's show. Will you give us a quick rundown on this, Mike?
Yeah, it's the ICG brand new 2018 American Silver Eagle in Mint State 70, limited edition of only 3,929. I suspect we have maybe 1,500 or so of them remaining. But with the New Year's price, we're $30 off. You get free shipping and handling, and for every coin you order, you get a certificate good for 4 free coin certifications, which, my friends, is a $76 value. It is a $100 discount when you take in the $30 off, $76 thing, the $14.95 Red Oak presentation box, and then the free shipping. Put all of that together. It's absolutely spectacular.
Well, tell me a little bit about what we're seeing on our screen now. 2018 Silver Eagle.
I just did these, okay? That's a 2-ounce silver bar that holds in it an authentic United States American Silver Eagle. A 2018 Silver Eagle. Now, the auto ship on that is a 2-ounce silver bar. When we get to it, you'll see that lifts out. I mean, it fits perfectly in the 2-ounce bar. We are going to give you in auto ship every single solitary one of the American Silver Eagles going backwards from 2018. So for $199, you're going to get the 2018, 17, 16, 15, 14, all the way back, folks. All the way back. You're going to get every single solitary American Silver Eagle, for $199. It is absolutely 100% exclusive to us here at HSN. They did an American Silver Eagle in kind of a similar thing, but only for 2016. It's about $350 to $400 in the marketplace.
That's going to be coming up.
Nobody has anything like this at all, and our price is half of the one thing that people did in the past.
Well, stay tuned for the full presentation, as that's going to be coming up shortly. Well, we have something pretty spectacular. So it's been 4 years. We did a little research, 4 years since we've given you a presentation of our next value. These are our 1999 to 2009 state quarter proof sets, not at $499.95, which is what they were offered for. You're looking at a $200 savings, a huge customer pick, and we are going to begin to tell you all about this extraordinary offer.
This is absolutely, positively crazy exceptional, okay? Because what I've sold the quarter side of this many, many, many times. I think at about $199, I think, is our regular price on just the 11 quarters, none of the other stuff. This set, and the reason I have not been able to sell it, is it has got all of the coins. So these are the complete sets. If I can, I'm going to walk over there in front of this with Marla. Now, I want to show you this. This is the 2009 set that you're going to have right here, okay? All 4 of these are the 2009. Now, you're getting 11 sets here for $299. So that means you're paying about $25 a set. Now, keep in mind, that's less than the United States government charged for these sets originally by $100+. Okay, now I want to do something for you. So here is the 2009 set by itself that you're paying $35 for. Okay, not even quite, but $25, $27. So you're paying $27. These are the 2009 proof Lincoln cents, okay? They were done in copper, and they were done for the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. Those sell for, and I have a nationally advertised catalog here, those sell for $13.95 a piece. A piece. There's 4 of them, okay? So that's $55 for that, okay? You want to kind of take that for a second? Sure. Here's the last year of the state quarters, okay? These are the 2009, these are the territorial quarters. In proof condition, this is the original government thing, okay? Coin by coin, in this, okay, in the nationally advertised catalog, you're looking at $8.95 a piece times 6. That's not, it's another $54. So we're at $108. There you go. Take that. Then you have the presidential dollars. Those are a mere $7.95 a piece. Okay, so that's $8. So that's another $32 for about 150 bucks. Remember, you have $299, and I got 3 racks of them here. Okay, and then you're going to have this right here. The 2009 Kennedy is $29.50. This coin's $11.95, $12.95. So you're about $45 here. You're almost $200 for that set right there. For the last set that you get, the 2009 set, you are about $200. The reason I don't have this for sale, the reason that you never see this, is it's far more valuable for us to break these up and sell them. Okay? Far more valuable. So you're $200 there. So if we put those back, I want to go to the 2008 set above that. Okay, and this one I have to kind of look up. First of all, the quarters in there. The 2008 quarters are by far and away the rarest quarters in the United States state quarter set. And so if you take a look at those in proof condition, the 2008s right there are $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, $18.50, and $25. Okay, so you're looking right there at $100. So now you're $299 for these 4 and that. By the way, $7.95 a piece. That Sacagawea golden dollar, that's the rarest, most valuable sack of the bunch at $35. This guy is $22.95. This set right here, about another about $150. So you are looking at over $300, well over $300 for the last 2 years. By the way, I insist you take all of them.
And all
so
of them.
That is just for those. So you're going to get the 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2009. The complete proof sets. If you buy a complete proof set from the United States government right now, I think with shipping and handling, if you buy the new 2018 when it released, I think it's about 40 bucks. So this, at that price, would be $440 at original government pricing. That's why our $499 price point was absolutely, positively spectacular. But you're going to get...
Wow.
Yes, you're going to get in this. Remember, the Sacagawea golden dollar started in 2010. So you're going to get the first 10 years of the Sacagawea golden dollar. I think coin by coin, that's almost $200. You're going to get all of the Kennedy half dollars in here, which are going to be the better part of $200 to $300 for the Kennedy half dollars. These right here, the state quarters, another $200 value. The Lincoln cents in this set are over $100. The pennies, the nickels, the dimes, the quarters, they have coin by coin. You approach the better part of $1,000, the better part of $1,000, but you get these in the original government packaging, all in the original government boxes. You're buying like a coin dealer here, folks. You are buying like a coin dealer. This is a customer pick from, what is it, 4 years ago?
4 years
was the last time that we had this. It is absolutely
was
at HSN price.
Yeah, what we mean by HSN price, that was at $500, $499. So without a doubt, within the next 8 minutes, we're going to see.
Oh, by the way, I have 300 of these. That's it. I have 300 of these.
Yeah.
It's taken me 4 years to put together 300 of these. Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to show you some coin by coin values. These are going crazy right now. And people wait kind of till the end. I get it's a lot of information. You get everything that you see here in front of me.
Yes.
So I was pricing the last 2 years over there. You get all 11 years. You get every single solitary thing that you see here in front of me is coming to you. Okay, so it's not like, you get this part, you get everything, this wall of coins. You have it on your card how many coins this is. I think it's certainly over 100 coins with this. And so what I want to do is I want to price to you, here are the Sacagawea golden dollars, okay? And I want to show you what the price on these are in proof, okay? And I'm going to go from 2000 through 2009. Okay, and let me add these up. These are going crazy, folks, so please, please, please get in. So here's just these little coins right here. See these little Sacagawea golden dollars? Now remember, you're paying $299, $25 a set, $27 a set. So starting in 2000, we're going to go down. So let's count, and I'll add these up as I go. $10.50, $13.75, $19.95, $13.95, $15.50, $12.95, $16.95, $17.95, $25. Then we're going to be $10.75 and $25. Okay. So that's, what do we got there? 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 130, 140, 150. About $160 for these little Sacagawea golden dollars. See these little 10 Sacagawea golden dollars? That's I'll call it 150 bucks. Okay, the 10 little Sacagawea golden dollars are 150 bucks. You pay $299 for everything you see here in front of me, folks. Okay, everything you see here. Let's do, there you go. I have 274 of these left. We've sold about 50 for the first time. Yeah, what are you looking at? You're trying to add up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I do is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Like 70 something.
No, it's way more than that. It's 100. It's over 100. Well over 100 coins.
I never said my math was good.
I mean, there's 10 coins in every set at the very minimum. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
There's another page of coins.
90, 100.
That's
right. 90, 100, 110, 112, about 120 coins. So you're paying $3, $2.50 a coin. All the Sacagawea golden dollars are $15 a piece. Let's look at the Kennedy half dollars. These are flying, folks. We have that 5-minute clock. I've only got about 260, 250 of these left. When we cross over and have more sold than we have left. So $150 in the Sacagawea golden dollars. Now, the state quarters, coin by coin, are almost $400. So I'm $400 on the quarters. So we'll go that. And then, so we're $550 with the quarters and the Sacagaweas. Now I'm going to look at the Kennedy half dollars, okay? Remember, starting in 1999, let's see if we can't follow along with the math here. And these are coins. This is what they sell them for. These are what the coin dealers sell these for. So I've got $21, I've got $10, I've got $11, I've got 10, 11, 25, $7.95, $13.95, $37.50, $45.50, and $7.50. So that's 50, that's 100, that's 120, 140, 150, another $175 for the Kennedy half dollars. Then we're like $675. I haven't even gotten to the Lincoln cents yet, okay? The Lincoln cents, remember, these over here are $13.50 a piece. These are the only copper Lincoln cents, proof Lincoln cents made by the United States government in 30 years. They have made those since 1982. These are the special 100th anniversary. These are the special 100th anniversary cents. These circulated, but not the proof ones, and they weren't done in copper. Incredibly, incredibly special opportunity for that as well. Is it any wonder I sell them once every 4 years? Plus, folks, I'll grab any one of these. Comes with the certificate of authenticity and all the original government packaging. So the government packaging lists all the coins, all the specifications, all of that stuff is included with the original box. Now, I have sold thousands, tens of thousands of the quarter sides, of just the quarters. And we do those at $199 all day long. I sold literally tens of thousands of them. What I don't have the opportunity to have, and what I simply do not have the quantity for, is the entire set. Because the Sacagaweas, people break them up and get $150 for the set. Okay? People break out the Kennedy half dollars because you have to understand, these are proof coins. Remember I talked about the proof silver eagle? These are San Francisco minted coins. You know how you get San Francisco minted coins? out of these sets. It's the only place. Not a single solitary coin in any one of these sets was ever made, intended, or released into circulation. They are available exclusively in these sets. They are as much as 500 times rarer than a regular American brilliant uncirculated coin. That's why coin by coin by coin, we're looking at the better part, and it may even be over $1,000, but it's certainly real close to $1,000 bucks. $400 for the quarters, $400, $550, $650, $7, $8. I'll call it $900. I'll call it $900 coin by coin. So here's what happened. This is the dirty little secret of coin dealers, folks. The reason I don't sell these is we can break them open. If you go to hsn.com, I think I have the last 10 years of the Sacagawea golden dollar. Okay? I think I've got that probably on hsn.com. I suspect it's $129. I mean, that's what we sell them for. Just these little golden coins that are in here. We sell the last 20 years of Kennedy half dollars. I think they're $199 or $299 or whatever they are. So what happens is I rarely break these open because literally it's far more profitable for us to break them open and sell them individually. But I made a great deal. I was able to buy for the first time